wanted to tell you a funny story related to this comment. Of course, it's ridiculous that right-wingers believe that if you cross over the border, the penalty should be unaliving. Meanwhile, time after time, they get caught being sexual predators, and they're like, oh, just let him go! He's a good swimmer! Kyle Rittenhouse goes across state lines with an assault rifle and murders 2 people, and they're like, he's an American hero! But I'm digressing. So back in like 2018, 2019, when Dumpy was in office the first time and the cult was in full swing, my kids were really young at that point. They were all like under the age of 5. And at the time where we lived in our subdivision and the relating streets, we had a Facebook group, like a neighborhood Facebook group. And my wife was actually one of the moderators because she didn't mind doing that. And you know how people like to set off fireworks at their house for the 4th of July, which is totally understandable, whatever. And somebody ended up setting off fireworks on like July 1st at 1 o'clock in the morning. And of course I was like, what the hell? It's not even anywhere near the holiday yet. So I went on the Facebook group and I very calmly said, hey, whoever's setting off fireworks, can you please stop? Because not only is it not the holiday yet, but my kids are trying to sleep. It's 1 o'clock in the damn morning. And the next morning, the guy who was responsible for doing it gets on the group and causes a big stink, calling me a communist. Because I didn't want him setting off fireworks at 1 o'clock in the morning on a day that wasn't even the holiday. Because, you know, this guy was apparently an uber alpha patriot or something. This is America. You got something against me setting off fireworks at 1 o'clock in the morning on a random day, you're a communist. To the point where he started sending me threatening messages on Facebook and DMs. So I eventually just blocked him and left the group because I didn't really participate in it much anyway. But my wife got onto the Facebook group and started telling him that he was getting out of line and he needed to stop. And he was like, oh, of course, his wife is the moderator. And then he went on some long rant going, but your husband's a communist. So after several warnings, she basically just put him on some kind of temporary ban from the group for like 2 weeks or something. And he ended up leaving eventually anyway. But this is the ideology of these people. If you are not exactly like them and you don't believe the exact same crazy shit that they do, you must be a Marxist or a communist. Those are the specific terms that they use over and over again to describe anyone on the left that they don't like. In fact, as I pointed out yesterday, Laura Loomer is already on Twitter claiming that the new Pope is a Marxist, all because of one time a while back when he sent out a single tweet rebuking J.D. Vance's ideology. If you are not completely on board with whatever the cult says, you're labeled as a Marxist and a communist, even though they have no clue what that means.